Okay, so looking around again, there seem to be a couple of things I can take. For instance, let's examine the caliper first. Made of stainless steel, molded in a strangely flowing, almost organic design, the calipers, if that is what they are, resemble no other tool you've ever seen. It has 3 independently adjustable arms, each ending in a needlepoint pincer, which fold back on themselves at grotesque asymmetrical angles toward a floating center point. Even the tools are grotesque in this game. There's a calibrated readout near the base, which presumably provides a measure of whatever strange contortion of space is occupied by whatever object is placed between the pincers at the tool's other end. So we can use it to measure stuff. Right. Take printed memo. What about the notes? Yeah, they're just a mess, okay. Electronic equipment. Circuit boards, electronic components. It's all entirely beyond you. Number of circular mirrors. Stacked side by side like dishes in a dishwasher. Yeah, they're all the same though, right? Measure mirror 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see. So all the same text except for the value, which is different. Read blueprints. Didn't it say a value there? 0.0123. That would be mirror number 4. Put all mirrors in pocket. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Put mirror in pocket. 4. Look. You can also see a rack, which is empty here. Take rack. Take blueprint. Put blueprint in pocket. The blueprint curls up into a loose tube as you pull it from the wall. Alright, so put all in coat. Look. Take electronic equipment. There's no use, okay. Precision tools. Yeah, whatever. So that should be all, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'll go south. Catwalk. How do I get back down, though? I can't reach the lever from here, can I? It's 50 feet over the factory floor. That's quite a high ceiling. Can I go further south? Step on equipment. Climb on equipment. Huh. As soon as you put your weight on it, the block tilts alarmingly and swings away from the catwalk, nearly spilling you to the floor below. Warily, you step back, and the block slowly swings to rest. It runs all the way up past the catwalk to the ceiling. Its links look somewhat greasy. Climb down chain. Oh, that worked. You slide down the chain, landing awkwardly on the floor below. Waves of feet. Yeah, we've had that before. Right. So I don't know what I'm gonna be needing these mirrors for, but I don't think there's anything in the mill that I can see. Oh, no, wait. Put towel in coat. Did I close the hatch? Nah, don't need to really. I got everything I need from the paper mill, I think. And also we're back outside. So it's back to windy. Okay. So what do I do now? I mean, I guess we could check out the lighthouse together, but as I said, last time I went there wasn't really anything there. Oh wait, no, maybe with the mirrors and the light I can do something in the lighthouse. Yeah, let's try that out. I guess that makes sense. No, wait, southeast, northeast? Paper mill, right. East. Northeast. Unlock door. Bottom of the lighthouse. The sound of the ocean is muffled behind the thick cinder block walls, and the air is damp and heavy. You can almost feel the weight of 200 feet of hoary old whitewashed brick pressing down on you from above. To the west, a narrow strip of dim light marks the exit. Cracked concrete steps lead up. Yeah, I guess we'll go up. Top of the lighthouse. The stairs give onto a wide, circular chamber surrounded by windows. The glass is old and streaked with grime, but you still have to catch your breath at the magnificence of the view. In one direction, the dying heath and the stunted cluster of buildings that is Anchorhead. In the other, the ocean, like a vast, undulating blanket. Sitting in the middle of the room is what looks like a swivel mound of some kind. Although nothing is mounted on it now, looking up, you can see that it rests directly below a large hexagonal skylight. The mounting is ring-shaped, about 3 feet in diameter, and is designed to allow whatever is to be mounted on it to turn freely in all directions. It was probably originally intended to hold the beacon when the lighthouse was still in operation. That big churning hole in the sky is perfectly framed by the hexagonal skylight. The view, which encompasses the ocean, the heath, the town of Anchorhead, and even the distant paper mill, is magnificent. Look south. The great grey ocean stretches out as far as you can see, merging with the clouds on the horizon. Oh, no, I mean... Look southwest. No, I mean south... west. From this distance, all you can make out of Anchorhead is the leaning shapes of its rooftops huddled in a thin, jagged line against the base of the hills to the south. The undulating heath stretches away to the west and northwest, an unending carpet of colorless grass. So northwest, north, look northwest, look north. Okay. Look around. Mount. Lantern. Maybe? Put lantern on mount. Putting things on the swivel mount would achieve nothing. Put mirror 4 on mount. Nah, okay. Yeah, I was like something lantern mirrors, lighthouse, but I don't really know how. Can't put them on the mount, it seems. Not the lantern, at least. That would have made sense, wouldn't it? But then again, maybe it's not dark enough to do anything with the lantern and the mirrors. There's still the hole in the sky, right? Yeah. Oh, that big churning hole in the sky is perfectly framed by the hexagonal skylight. Reflect. Oh. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. What? You hastily descend the winding steps to the bottom. Bottom of the lighthouse. The sound of the ocean is muffled behind the thick cinder block walls, and the air is damp and heavy. Yeah, we've had that. There's a faint scuffing noise from the shadows behind you. Before you can turn around, something slams into the back of your head with brutal force. But did I die? No, I don't think so. Sparks go off in front of your eyes, and you fall to the cool concrete floor with the world reeling under you. As you kneel there, dazed and struggling not to pass out, Your assailant walks slowly around you. He pauses, as if wondering whether or not to finish you off. Terror and nausea wash over you in alternating waves. You're too weak to look up and see his face, but you recognize his shoes easily enough. After all, you helped him pick them out not 3 weeks ago. Oh god. More footsteps come down the stairs, and you sense a number of men standing around you. "We'll take care of her, your holiness," rasps an old, weathered voice. Rough hands start to drag you to your feet. He's like the high priest of this cult now, right? "No," says Michael, and the hands pause. "Your holiness, she's seen too much," protests the raspy voice. "She must be killed." "That won't be necessary," Michael says. "Put her somewhere out of the way, where she can't get into any more trouble. I'll deal with her myself after the blessed event." The horror and pain are too much. The darkness overwhelms you. You try to catch a glimpse of your husband's face as the men drag you away, but in your clouding vision all you can see are a pair of burning, red-rimmed eyes. The last night. Oh, so it's it's the night now, I guess. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all of its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity. It was not meant that we should voyage far, but someday the piecing together of dissociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein, that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. Numb. You float slowly to consciousness like a bubble rising to the surface of some warm, thick oil. You're numb. For several minutes, that is, as much as your battered mind can handle. That one thought, you're numb. Then your head becomes a bit clearer, and you connect the thought with the sensations trying to make their way through your foggy brain. You're numb. Your arms, you can't feel your arms at all. You try to get up, but you can't move. You merely flop over onto your stomach like a struggling worm. You roll back over and sit up, and at last your vision clears, and you finally get a good look around, and the horror of your situation finally slams home. Padded cell. You are in a padded cell, the kind typically reserved for raving lunatics. The room is barely 8 feet by 8 feet square, with walls and floor of concrete covered with thick, quilted padding. The door in the west is also covered with padding, except for a tiny observation window above 5 feet up, from which a feeble light trickles in. So I don't think we can hear the rain anymore. So we're in the asylum most likely, right? But I can. What do I have still? You're wearing a straitjacket and your clothes. Oh, okay. It's a canvas straitjacket, the kind used to immobilize violent or spastic mental patients. It fastens up the back with a complex series of buckles and straps, while the sleeves cross the chest and fasten around back, making it quite impossible to escape. Undress. Unfortunately, that would require the use of your arms. The dingy white padding is made of thick quilted canvas stuffed with cotton. You could probably beat yourself against it all day and not hurt yourself, although you would end up awfully sore. An itch strikes you suddenly, right behind your left ear. For the next minute or two, you can only clench your teeth in agony, powerless to scratch it, until the wretched sensation goes away on its own. The room must have a door, right? It's a sturdy-looking wooden door, padded on the inside. There's a tiny observation window about 5 feet up. The door is closed. It looks like the door might be hanging a bit crooked on its hinges. I was about to say, should I bite the padding or something? Open. Door. Run into... not onto. Into door. Slam into door. Ram door. Shoulder as a verb. Shoulder door. I mean, you know what I'm getting at here, right? But I need to find a way to phrase it right for the game. Unhinged door. Force door. So I'd slam. I'd slam, I'd ram, I'd force, I'd shoulder, I'd run into... Break out! Smash. Oh! So smash works. Hulk smash. You take a few steps back, draw a deep breath, and hurl your body at the door. It shudders violently, and you thought you felt something give. With a defiant shout, you launch your body at the door. Something snaps. The door, you think incoherently, or your shoulder. And the door flies open, sending you sprawling out into the hallway. A grim hallway of concrete and industrial green tiles. This is the north end. The hallway runs south from here. Doors lead east and west, and a narrow barred window to the north looks out into the dark corner inside. A shard of glass from the broken window lies on the floor. Oh, I'll need that. First off, I'll save last night, though. Can I go east or west? Probably not. Oh. You hear strange gibbering laughter coming from down the hall. This is probably timed or something, right? Sudden flash of lightning from outside momentarily etches the room in sharp and white contrast. You can't, since the door is closed. Kawam! Monstrous clap of thunder rolls across the sky, shaking the whole town at its foundations. Oh, we have a thunderstorm. I can do that. Give me a second. Thunderstorm. Distant thunder? I mean, I don't really want distant thunder. Storm. Like this, maybe. I mean, it's not the loud kawam that we hear here. Also, gonna... No, not safe. Gonna load. Take glass. Painstakingly. Get down on your knees and very, very carefully pick up the shard of glass with your teeth. Not sure how that's gonna help. Or maybe I can reach my arms, cut jacket with glass. You try sawing through the jacket with a glass shard in your mouth, but it's a lot like trying to kiss your own elbow. You simply don't have the flexibility. A grim hallway of concrete and industrial green tiles running north and south from here. Doors lead east and west. Yeah, so go south. A grim hallway of... Is it... Oh. Doors lead east and west. And a doorway to the south leads to the top of a stairway. Something about the observation window in the western cell door catches your eye. It has blood on it. The thick reinforced glass of the tiny observation window is shattered, with only the crisscrossing reinforcement wire holding it together. It bulges outward slightly as well. An ugly brown smear of dried blood obscures the inner surface of the glass. With mounting disgust, you notice several strands of dark hair still stuck to the congealed stain. A burst of lightning from outside sends a brief flicker of illumination through the hall. Wham! You're stopped halfway to the stairs by a loud banging noise behind you. You turn around, there it is again, a loud, shuddering bang, like something heavy slamming into something wooden, and you see a cell door halfway down the hall shiver in its frame. Looks like someone else is trying out your brilliant escape plan. The door is hit a third time, the latch snaps and the door flies open, and a filthy, ragged man staggers out into the hall. You have just enough time to notice, with no small amount of disquiet, that the man is not wearing a straitjacket, and then he looks up at you and grins an utterly psychotic grin. The madman hops awkwardly toward you, giggling and dripping saliva from his blood-smeared chin. Kawam! Okay. Ask madman to cut you free. Give madman glass. Madman ignores the shard of glass completely. Madman follows you at a very distance, okay. The madman licks his lips, eyeing you hungrily. Giggling and dripping saliva from his blood-smeared chin, lurches after you. Drop glass. Do I want to drop it though? Do I want to drop it? Talk to madman about asylum. Everyone lives in the asylum, intones the madman solemnly. Then he grins. But don't worry, in here we are safe. Yummy, whispers the madman to himself. Oh, yummy, yummy. Out. Straight. about my arms? I need them free. Yal da Baoloth. Stop! Screams the madman, covering his ears as you start to form the syllables. Say it not, say it not. That's the one. That's the one. That may be like this. Okay. Verlac. Anchorhead. The madman gibbers, making your voice with uncanny accuracy. Okay. Can't he help me to cut myself free? Okay. Top of the stairs. You're at the top of a stairwell while having a glass shard in my mouth. Leading down to the asylum's ground floor. A hallway lined with doors leads south. North, rather. Can I go south as well? No. Grim hallway of concrete. Another one, yeah. Wait, what? Doorway to the south leads to the top of a stairway? What, another one? Wait, what? Are we just going in circles like through dimensional gates or what? Because there's this observation window in the western cell door with blood again. Cut jacket on glass. Cut jacket. With window. West. Is it not? So if I keep continue, yeah. Leads north. No, wait, south. Up. South. I don't get it. Also, why if I go south, I'm at... oh, I need to go down, I guess. Because I was in the first floor. I thought I was like in the cellar or something. We're at the bottom of a stairwell leading up to the asylum's second floor. Hallway leads north. Okay, that's not great. You hear something thumping toward you in the dark, breathing wetly. Since we don't have a source of light. Okay. Up. I don't get it though. You're at the top of a stairwell leading down to the asylum's ground floor. And then if I go down, we're at the bottom of a stairwell leading to the asylum's second floor. So if I go down, I've died, okay. Oh, so this is timed, okay. The madman, finally overwhelmed by the urgings of his dark appetites, lets out a gibbering shriek and pounces on you. Bound and helpless in the straitjacket, you're unable to even raise your hands in defense as he tears your throat out with his teeth. I still gotta try and understand the layout of this asylum a bit better. Last night, okay. So, smash door. Which closet? What? How is it not? But it was earlier. I don't get it. Do I need to examine other stuff as well first, or what? Oh. Oh, it is open already. Never mind. I'll load this. I don't want to waste my saves. Okay. What? Oh, hallway. So there is obviously a closet in the hallway that wasn't mentioned before. Interesting. This is the north end, so I want to go south. Still hallway. Still hallway. Okay, that's the same. And the doorway to the south leads to the top of a stairway, so I'm up now. Like, at the very top of the stairway. Okay. The top of a stairwell leading down to the asylum's ground floor. And if I go down now, I'm at the bottom of the stairs. Oh! I'm only understanding this now, kinda. I mean, this is the notation where the second floor is actually, like, as at least like in the counting that I know, the first floor, right? Because there's ground floor, and then the next floor up is first floor for me. But it seems like the way they're counting it here is the ground floor is the first floor. The floor above that is the second floor, right? So it's not like I was thinking we're on the second floor, but then we go down, so we skip the first floor or what? So yeah, this is still the same problem than before then. We're downstairs here now, but it is dark if we just go into here. I mean, unless we wait for the lightning, which sometimes illuminates the area. This doesn't help, does it? And I'll die soon. Oh. Yeah. Restore. Right. So, can I get the madman to cut my straitjacket? Or what is the solution here? But what would I say to him then? Say like... Could say like... doesn't want to take the glass. I mean... Give him glass. Give madman. Oh, the madman isn't here yet. Okay, south. X blood. There, north. Or maybe this broken window? Building maintenance is obviously not a big priority at this institution. The wall around the window casement is cracked in several places. Some of the cracks are quite large. The window pane itself is broken in, probably by a misguided bird sometime in the recent past. Cracks? A jagged network of cracks has spread out around the bottom edge of the window as the wall slowly settles. One crack is nearly a quarter-inch wide. Oh, can I put glass in crack, maybe? Ah. Painstaking. Yeah. You wedge the shard of glass into the crack, its sharp edge pointing outward. Cut jacket on glass. With glass. Aha! Carefully, you lean back against the wall and start shrugging your shoulders against the jutting glass shard. After what seems like an eternity, you feel the steps begin to fray and loosen, until suddenly the straitjacket grows slack and slips free. You shake the horrible garment off in disgust, giving it a vicious kick for good measure as you gingerly rub feeling back into your arms. You're wearing your clothes. So, apparently there's a cabinet. Or, what did it say? Open door. Closet. Aha! You open the closet, revealing your trench coat, a hooded robe, a lantern, and a broom. Okay, well, so all my stuff. Wear coat, I hope. You put on the trench coat. Put all in coat. Take all. Straight jacket taken. Take hooded robe. Take lantern. Take broom. Put all in coat. Do I have all the stuff in the trench coat as well? Yeah. So light match. No, wait. First take lantern. Light match. Light lantern. Blow match out. Put all in coat. Okay, so I do have the broom now to defend myself. I do have a lantern. This is much better. Do I want to talk to anything, to the madman about anything? Hallway. The orderly, oh poor Chuck, is lying face down in a pool of blood, several feet beyond the barred gate. The orderly's porno magazine lies discarded on the floor, just outside the barred gate. A large key dangles from the orderly's belt. The madman hops awkwardly toward you, giggling and dripping saliva from his blood-smeared skin. Put large key on keyring. X orderly. Orderly lies for Back of his skull savagely beaten into a wet churned mass. Search orderly. Keep your hands to yourself. Why? There's not a whole lot in this magazine that you actually read. The target audience for this sort of thing is generally more interested in the pictures than in the articles. Put mag in coat. Unlock door. Oh. Gate, I guess. You have died. You go through all the keys on your keyring, trying each one in turn. Cell key fits the lock. The madman watches you intently as you fumble with the gate. Eventually, it dawns on him that you're trying to escape, and unwilling to let his quarry slip away so easily, he pounces with a shriek of slobbering laughter. It would be small comfort to say that the madman at least batters you to unconsciousness before starting in with his teeth. Sadly, it would also be untrue. He does tear your throat out fairly quickly, however, and the cessation of your screams is, for him at last, a kind of mercy. Why can't I defend myself? I mean, I do have my hands free and stuff. So I need to lock him in somewhere, I think, right? Well, how do I do this? Undo. His left leg ends in an amputated stump. The attack is so fast and so brutal, you haven't even time enough to raise your hands in defense. Unlock gate with... Okay. Oh, I can open the cells now, I think, right? So west. The door is latched with a simple sliding bolt. Open western door. Unlatch. Remove sliding bolt. Slide bolt. How do I say this then? Unlock? Okay. The padding in this room seems a bit worse for the wear. Murky bloodstains spatter the canvas near the door. There is a large tear down in the corner of the cell, with bits of stuffing leaking out. Gnaw through it with their teeth. Find nothing of interest. Search tear. In the ragged tear is a torn square of canvas. What do you mean? The padding, the torn square of canvas, or the straitjacket? Torn square. It's roughly 6 inches to a side and covered front and back with uneven, barely legible handwriting. The letters are the murky brown color of blood. Oh god, that's a long one, okay. It's roughly 6 inches to a side. Oh, my name is Edward Verlac. Oh, that's right. He committed suicide by banging his head against the window, and Chuck said he didn't clean it up yet, even though it's like weeks ago, right? My name is Edward Verlac, and this is my testament. I'm utterly, utterly mad. They have locked me in here for my own safety, and for the safety of others. My arms are bound in a straitjacket, yet this is no less than I deserve. I'm writing this using a needle dropped carelessly by one of the orderlies some weeks ago. biting my lip to draw blood for the ink. I hold the tiny steel quill beneath my teeth to write. This exhaustive task shall be my last on Earth. When I am finished, I shall dash my brains out against the cell window. The last of the Verlacs will be dead, and the world made a slightly brighter place thereby. Know this, I did not slip into madness through any weakness or congenital effect, except insofar as my blood is indelibly tainted with the cursed ichor of the Verlac line. I was driven mad by the spectre of my great-great ancestor, Crazed Verlac. For generations that fiend has travelled down the family line, passing from body to body in a hideous, incestuous ritual, whereby he impregnates his own daughter, then projects his black soul into the innocent body of his infant grandson. I myself was horrified to discover that I am in fact the progeny of my own grandfather, Mordecai Verlac, and his wretched, tormented daughter, my mother, Anna. The experiment failed on the first attempt, producing William, my sickly, malformed elder brother, whom I never knew. William, however, died while still a toddler, or so my mother has always told me, and the next unholy coupling resulted in me. We all knew this, of course, still nice to have it spelled out here. From as early as I can remember, I could feel the lurking presence of my grandfather, who died the day I was born, and who I now realize was little more than a fleshly disguise for the pernicious warlock Croesus. He stalked the boundaries of my mind, seeking a means of entrance, of condemning my soul to limbo and taking up a fresh new abode in my young limbs. His evil, red-rimmed eyes haunted my every dream and overshadowed even my waking hours. The amulet my mother gave me while I was still in the crib protected me, for the old man cannot abide its presence, and must flee all who wear it. But mother died while I was still young, and since then my folly has brought tragedy to myself and to all those I love. And we've given the amulet away. Why have we given the amulet away? Really just to advance the plot, right? It didn't actually do anything, it's just like, oh, this passed enough time now so that you can progress in the game and go to bed. But there wasn't actually any in-game or in-lore, in-universe reason to give the amulet away, I think. The memory of my mother's urgent warnings faded soon after her death. I became embarrassed by the scandal that seemed to hover over my family name like a pall. I was mortified by the superstitious trinket that I still wore around my neck, as if in ignorant servitude to those old myths. The red-rimmed eyes had not given me nightmares since my 12th birthday, and I dismissed them as immature fancy that had passed along with my boyhood. At the age of 21, I pawned the amulet at a magic shop somewhere in town, and thereby sealed my doom. For 10 years I have resisted Croesus' demonic encroachment upon my mind, my soul, my very being, with only the strength of my will. It was not enough. I found my mind flooded at the oddest times with strange antiquarian memories. My speech and mannerisms lapsed into uncharacteristic, archaic patterns. And worst of all, I found myself looking at my dear daughter Gertrude, only 7 years old, in the most unwholesome way, the most unmentionable ideas creeping through my subconscious. I scoured every street in this cursed town, looking for that magic shop, but I've never found it. In desperation, I began delving into old histories and forbidden genealogies, researching the history of the dread Verlac name for some solution to my plight. I discovered no answers, only the horrors I have just written off, but I also discovered something worse, the ultimate purpose. Where's the ultimate purpose? Behind the old demon's nefarious body snatching. He plans to unleash a primordial evil such that the earth could not possibly survive. I've seen the plans and the blueprints. I've read the dread tome in my great-grandfather's church. I've used the obsidian lens that is not true obsidian, and I've looked upon what that madman means to draw down onto this earth. He and this town is foul congregation of fanatics and madmen. They're all part of it. They've been watching me, waiting for me to change, waiting for the return of their monstrous high priest. It was then that I realized that killing only myself would not be enough, for the degenerate inhabitants of this town would hunt down my family and wreak a terrible vengeance if I took from them their messiah. And besides, who could say whether the crafty devil Croceus might not concoct some new way to enter the world, through a new body, through that of one of my daughters, perhaps. The ritual has always demanded a grandson, but Croceus is never one to let such a trivial inconvenience stop him. He would find a way. He always returns to his blood. I did the only thing I could do. Julia, I'm so terribly sorry. But I will be with you soon. I could not let him have you, or Gertrude, or Sonia, and I will not let him have me. Say goodbye to the last of the Verlacs. There will be no blood for him once I'm gone. Kawam! So that's that, I guess. Okay. Pretty cool. That doesn't get me anything, right? Though neither points nor put torn fabric in coat. Square of canvas. Put square of canvas in coat. Your score has just gone up by 2 points, interestingly. Oh, something happens though. As you carefully pull the ragged piece of canvas from its hiding place, something pricks you sharply on the finger. You jerk your hand away, then, peering into the tear once again, you notice an old crusted needle embedding in the stuffing. It's about 2 inches long, very old and crusted with what looks like dried blood. The point is worn down, but still sharp. What would I do with the needle, though? Oh, I guess I could... Oh, maybe I could put the straitjacket on the madman. And... repair it with a needle or something. Stitch. Put straight jacket on madman. But I can. But I can see a madman. See you in the next video, I guess.